Yep, that's right. Ladies and gentlemen, you have joined us here again live on the YouTubes at MatchFit Entertainment for, well, it is Thursday night, so you know what that is. That means it is ASRNZ's, the coverage of ASRNZ's 2025 GT Series 10-round series. We are in round 9, ladies and gentlemen. So it is getting down to the end of this series. Before we wrap up, it is round 9. We are at Imola. I am Davo, and we must welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the comms booth after a whirlwind trip. J-Man, how are you doing, my friend?
Hey Davo, thanks for having me back, mate. And viewers, good to see you tuning in again once again to MatchFit Entertainment's Thursday night activities. And mate, this will be epic. I've missed it, been away for a couple of weeks, kept up with things via the broadcast yourself and a very, very talented Steve Wilton, aka Farmer, on your 6 o'clock made life a little easier for you while I was away. So that was it was pleasant to have Farmer back on the comms, so we do appreciate that, and he's a great part of the MatchFit family.
Absolutely.
So thank you very much, Steve.
Absolutely. Actually, we might just untick his Davo and Farmer commentators little thing here.
Yeah.
You will spot that there on the screen, ladies, and we will click this back up. And this is the Davo and J-Man show once again here tonight for round 9.
Yeah, penultimate round.
Yes.
Imola, as you mentioned. So tonight on the cards we do have, and the drivers are actually just heading out to do Q1. So open qualifying here for the 2 qualifying sessions tonight, backed up by 2 35-minute races. So it is a sprint round, which means for the drivers out there and the viewers listening, 3 sets of tyres must be humbled into around about effectively 6 sessions, because mandatory pit stop for tyres, so they are going to have to rotate some nothing that they're not used to. So
definitely not.
Pretty cool track to come to the second to last round at as well. This is a true,
I must agree. Yep, perfect.
It's a reasonable size circuit. I think we are going to see some good top speeds out of the GT2 cars tonight. I did see the Maserati was clicking into the 270s, 273, 274-ish, so they'll be formidable down the front straight. It is a relatively long front straight here. Couple of key points for the drivers to look at outside of this tyre usage scenario that they're dealing with is pit entry. Pit entry, you do come in very, very hot. The line is quite shallow in the entry, so just be aware for those drivers, and we will keep our eye on it, that they could potentially pick up a drive through for speeding in pit lane, because they do come in hot they come out of the final turn. So that being said, we will brief you on the point situation, because that is heating up, obviously, with only 2 rounds to go.
Let me see if I can bring it.
Mulling over that earlier. I have got one myself if you end up bringing one up, Davo. So
we got stuff for the viewers. We got stuff for the viewers tonight.
Yeah, so as you can see, top of the table, Shane Faraday, 1,425 points. And this is by way of making the podium 13 times out of 21 appearances. So Shane has really earned that through not only great performances, but consistency. So rightfully at the top at the moment. Brimblecombe in second there, 1,305 points down. And then Nev Shields, this is a driver that you and I have sort of probably fanboyed over a little bit this season, because it's a breakout season for Nev Shields and the Aston Martin, sitting there in P3 around 20 odd points. I believe it was something like that.
Go Nev.
Might be a little bit less, but anyway, nonetheless, he is ahead of Lee Perkins, so that's a good little battle there, and I'll be watching them already in official practice tonight, and that's going to be a fight that I'm sure we're going to send the cameras to more than once tonight, because that's a coveted position to be in the championship as third. So Lee Perkins in fourth, Damien Jones in the GD2 as well. He's in fifth, Antoon sixth, Enright, great performances this season from Aaron to be in seventh, and he's really, other than missing the final round, the previous round at Zandvoort, he was really coming on strong. Brands Hatch, he had a good round. He went 6.44, so great performance from, was it No, that was the week before, sorry. Steve Mowling doing a fantastic job, P8. Webley, super fast when he's on it. Look at the results. I mean, he has made the podium some 9 times, I think, this season. So him and Antoon would be the next best the amount of times that they've made the podium. So he sits in P9, and then Darren Green in the Aston Martin. The McLaren, he is sitting in 10th. So that rounds out the 10, and then you got a flurry of drivers after that. Simpson, Turner, Glass, Rando, Grimmer, Fraser, Baker, all out there on track tonight. Moss, when he's made it, he's looked good. So some good results this season for Geordie Moss when he's been able to drive, and then the list goes on. So what are you expecting on qualifying here tonight, Davo?
Well, look, my favourite is the usual suspects, as we expect, and this is what we are seeing on the timing board already. You can see it on their tower, the likes of Webley, Antoon and Fonadoe, as Webley actually just pips right up to the pointy end there. Jones finished his lap and in the pits, so definitely one to...
Not wasting any rubber.
Obviously, yes, in the Audi GT2 car, always going to be quick. Jordan Moss actually just putting the car away too, getting that car. And you just mentioned Jordan Moss. You know, he hasn't been here for the whole series, but when he does turn up, he turns up, and there it is, 5th position provisionally. Wally Baker back after a little bit of a break as well. I think he was here last week, but he might have had a couple of weeks off. So just those usual suspects. So nice work, Shields. And we did look. You mentioned Shields. We in the points, and look, has really shone, and we've sort of become a little bit of a fan club for Shieldsy over this series because he really has come leaps and bounds and really making a good showing. So good, consistent stuff from Shields. So watching that.
What else on the cards, Davo? Surely we must be down to the last 2 clues and in the cryptic crossword, because I understand that nobody solved it early while I was away. So
well, mate, we did get an early entry on the cryptic crossword, and let me just have a look where the hell that is.
Lee Perkins, I just mentioned, sitting there in P14 at the moment, yet to bank a time with just under 3 minutes left to go. So he's going to get a good 2 flyers in, but he'd be looking towards trying to qualify very strongly in race 1 here to align himself with Nev Shields to go for that podium fight in the overall championship. And he's just got a track cut through the chicane up the top, so that's going to hurt this lap, and he's going to have to go again. So I think throughout the season, qualifying not always Lee Perkins' strong suit, but man, does he race well, Davo.
He does. Yes, and always late out of the pits is...
Slight improvement there for Shieldsy, 41.4.
Perko's always late out of the pits. What is with that? That's just the way he rolls.
It's fashionable.
Okay, so has Davo got the bloody keyword stuff or the crypto crossword stuff updated? No, he doesn't. But we will tell you that actually clue 9 was worked out last week by Stu Arrowsmith. And just let me see if I can do this on the fly, ladies and gentlemen, as these guys finish up qualifying in between qualifying and race. We'll see if we can sort that out.
Yep, and good to see Firthy tuning in. Firthy are a very, very talented artist here at MatchFit Entertainment. Some call him the magician. Yeah, some say that Jack Perkins builds his qualifying engines. Some say that Larry makes the race engines. So, go figure.
There you go. Nonetheless, we always see him in amongst the action, and particularly in this series.
So sideways down the bottom of the hill.
So, and we've seen him time and time again, actually, throughout this series, very closely matched with the likes of Wally Baker. So these guys go toe-to-toe, whether it be in the GT series or the GT3s. So yeah, look, go the mid pack. We love the mid pack madness, and that's
Melling on a lap, Steve-O. Melling on a lap. He was a tenth and a half up.
He is.
He's on a 41.8. He needs better than a 41.7 to eclipse Jordan Moss. He needs better one than a 41.675 to eclipse Damian Jones to put himself in the top 5. Just fallen away a little bit towards the mid part of the lap. However, had a very good chicane then, entry, losing a little bit on exit. So he may end up being somewhere once again around that 41.8. That may be indicative of where the comfort pace is in that Maserati right now. So track conditions are favourable. So we do have optimum track, 18 degrees ambient, 24 degrees track. So one would think the times will be pretty stout out there if we have equal conditions into race 1, which I'm sure we will.
Absolutely.
Melling goes P5.
And across the line, so nice work. Shieldsy just running through the end of the first sector here and into the middle sector of the track. Who else just finished their lap? Well, who else is on a lap? Simpson
Perkins,
on a lap,
Perkins
but on a lap. And Perkins, like we just mentioned, always in amongst the action. So look out for him. He's actually just stuck in a little bit behind Shieldsy there. So we'll get back up to Shields. Just coming out of that chicane at the top of the hill there and running down towards this final complex of corners here. These double lefts, very tricky, particularly the braking area. Into the first of the lefts there. Easy to get it out on the sand. Out of the final corner. And
talk about last minute from Perkins. I know we're with Shields at the moment, and he's 3.5 tenths up, Davo. But
Perkins not far behind, mate.
Yep, he's left us to the very last seconds. Only 48 seconds left to run in the session, so he got across the line with not a lot of time to spare. As Nev Shields crosses the line on a 41.0. Perkins crosses the line and pips Steve Melling for that top 5 spot to sit beside his sparring partner on the grid. Well, actually one behind him, I believe, on row 3, does Lee Perkins to keep the fight alive heading into this penultimate round of the Asrnz GT Series.
Nice work.
So there you have it. Brandon Webley and Phil Antoon share the front row. Shane Fotterdo, Nev Shields share row 2. Row 3 sees Lee Perkins and Steve Melling. Row 4 sees Damian Jones and Jordan Moss. Wally Baker, Phil Rando, Aaron Enright, Darren Green, Kenny Simpson and Uncle Joe Grimmer round out the final 2 cars on the grid. So a little bit of a smaller field here tonight, but nonetheless, I'm sure the action will be aplenty because looking at those times, we've clearly got, I think, 3 packs. You've got the Webleys, I think, and Shane Fotterdo, Phil Antoon. Those 3 there are really a class above when it comes to just raw race pace in those GT3 cars. And I think Shieldsy, Perkins, Melling, Jones, Moss will be definitely in a good battle. It'll be nice to see Wally Baker in the 13 McLaren jump inside there and have a little bit of fun. And we know how good Wally Baker is. You remember this time plus a week last season, and Wally Baker and Lee Perkins, the defining moment between those two at a particular chicane on the final round to rob Perko from a particular result in that championship. So, hey, look, anything's possible with 2 rounds to go. And obviously 2 races here tonight. If you've just tuned in, 2 35-minute races, mandatory pit stop in both for tyres, 3 sets of tyres available for the weekend. Sounds like fun.
Definitely going to be fun, J-Man. Definitely going to be fun. Actually, just trying to sort out some of my admin in the background here, and we will get to things once again. And we're just looking. I'm just looking. And I'm just got a funny feeling, and I did say I'm sorry, guys. I am doing the cryptic crossword, and I'm trying to work it out myself.
You've already done it for them. You posted it up.
Okay.
So 20 seconds till we see these guys head out for their formation lap, Davo.
Good fun. This is going to be awesome. Looking forward to Imola here. It is round 9. It is Asrnz's 2025 GT Series. As the boys and girls roll away from the start-finish line on their formation lap. Oh.
Mav special.
Awful effort from Matt.
Yeah.
He just totally pulled out of that, didn't he?
I'm not even going to raise the energy to lift the scoreboard on that.
At all. Not at all.
Yeah. Oh, we have the cryptic crossword has been solved. John McDonald, can you confirm, Davo, he has written up all the answers?
I might be able to confirm. I would have to delve back in intermission and just check at
the last word.
The last word. I think we do have that information available to us. So, but let's just let this race roll through, and
we'll come back to you, John Boy. But
we will definitely be back.
10 isn't right. Okay, so 10 isn't right. So yeah, you have it confirmed. You have it confirmed.
Oh, so who, no. I know who will know.
Yeah. Well, Nick, the guy Firth. That got chimed in, Nick Firth, has said Firth. 10 isn't right. So nice try, John McDonald and Levi. Good to see Dad and son doing a bit of brain teaser together. So
excellent. There you go. Nick Firth, the man. He will have the raw data in front of him. The creator of the cryptic crossword. Thank you very much, Nick Firth. You're a freaking legend. Okay, come on, guys. We've got a bloody race just about to start. Enough of the bloody crossword. So let's get...
Who doesn't love a good crossword?
I know. Look, I'm right there with you guys. But let's get down to business here. J-Man, front row, Webley Antoon. It's going to be a battle. We're going to love that. Frodo will want to run with. Shieldsy will be, I think, busy holding off Perko more than trying to chase Frodo, to be honest.
And watch Melling on the front straight, though.
Look, watch Melling and Jarks, because the power of the Audi will overwhelm the Maserati. So Melling's going to have a decent work cut out here to keep Jarks behind him. Geordie Moss behind, just behind Wally Baker, Rando, Enright, Danny Green, Kenny Simpson, Joe Grimmer. It's all about to happen. It's all about to unfold. We can talk about it all we like, but you are about to watch it live, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay. Mav,
are we ready?
Bit of a fakie into the pits.
Bit of a fakie? Seriously? That is well in the pits. Let's get to the Helicam, ladies and gentlemen. We're about to go green on what is round 9 here in the Asrnz 2025 GT Series, proudly brought to you on the internet by MATCHFIT Entertainment and sponsored by Race Command. And just FYI, the start line's right down here, guys, not back there. Okay, so they just rolled over. Catches
not
me
as much
every
advantage
time.
For the GT2s.
Green light. Green light, ladies and gentlemen, and the big bad Bentley gets the punch off the line. Webley just sneaking in behind, and a bad bounce from Webley. Wow, he's gone way back straight away. Yep. Tough start from Webley.
Oh, look at Perko and Shields side by side out of 2-3.
He's on, yeah. So they got held up by the turning Webley car there. You can see them both back off a little bit from there.
Shields looking for a run on the outside. Difficult move up here.
Was vulnerable, clearly, to Perko. And just look in the background there. So, as I suspected, Jarks passed Steve Melling. And now, hunting the back of Wally Baker's McLaren there. The Giga Racer will be keeping an eye on his mirrors pretty closely here, up over the top of the hill. and down into this dipper. Super fast bit of track here, man. Awesome stuff. Very tricky through the second apex here and the way up the hill.
Look at the punch of the Maserati up the hill, looking for a big look on Nev Shields. He's got the inside line, just doesn't quite have the brake capacity that the GT3 does. Has to give that up. What a bad bounce. Damien Jones going to line him up, heading down the hill.
And on the inside here for the left-hander at the bottom of the hill here, I don't think Melling's going to have anything for that. Can Jarks pull the Audi up, though?
Yeah, looks for the undercut.
Oh, and he did struggle to do that. Got the wheel out in the grass. Who's that in the background? I think it's Rando off track there. Recovers.
Drive-through penalty.
Here we go. We've gone, look, Perkins in third place. Who would have thunk it? Shieldsy in fourth as they go across the line. Jones in fifth. Melling pretty much across the line there, J-Man. With the
penalty for Phil Antoon, Davo.
So Antoon, there you go. Wonder what that was for. Maybe for that little fake into the pits, quite possibly. Who knows? We will soon find out. Jordan Moss currently 7th, Enright 8th, 9th, Green, and Kenny Simpson rounding out the top. Wow, what an exciting start. Little bit of elbows out stuff, but everybody pointing in the right direction. So nice work, except for Webley, unfortunately. Poor old Webb. Brandon there, getting a bad bounce off T1. Easily done. The Mustang just turning itself, unforced error.
Yeah, and with only a short race, Davo, 35-minute races here, it's going to be hard work. He's going to have to do something special here and maybe go off strategy to try and clear some of this traffic, maybe make an early pit stop and try and give himself some fresh air, because we know he's got car pace. The issue he has is he's got lots of cars in front of him.
He does. Another notable mention is actually Baker back a bit further than his starting position as well, and now battling it out with Kenny Simpson in the 68 CQ Steel Industries Mustang. So plenty going on.
So obviously with the pass from Damien Jones on Steve Melling, he's now focused his attention to the back of Nev Shields, who would like to be a little bit further up the road challenging Lee Perkins.
Rando in the sand again in the second to last corner, so that's 2 laps in a row. Webley now challenging Baker. Teammates here, I'm sure Baker probably out of the points in the series will let... Oh, it is
look
very
at
wide.
Rando.
That's Rando in the Stealth Maserati. It is on down into one here. Watch this. Who took the brave pills tonight? It's Wally Baker around the outside. Says, thanks for coming.
Webley did a good job too.
Pulls back. Rando actually nice, disciplined braking on the inside there as well, and just allowed those 2 guys to slot back in front of him. Baker. Like I said, looked like he was offline there a little bit. Bit of an awkward bounce. Let's get a quick replay on that. So you just see Baker into this little left kink here. Looked a little bit awkward. Bounce was not good, and then gets onto the right hand.
Pretty quickly now, Damien Jones further up the road has put the pass on Nev Shields now. He's going to go to work on Lee Perkins. So Jones sensing that the podium's on here.
I think so, but Perkins, oh God, he's a tough operator, I really must say. I think Perko is not going to let Jones go lightly, so I think Damien will be working for that position. Shieldsy tucked in behind, so if those 2 guys hold themselves up, Shieldsy's right there to join that fight and make that little duo trio. Webley and Simpson. Who's that? Oh, that was Webley just sneaking past Simpson.
Yep.
As he continues on and heading towards green. Who is that? Antoon in the pits, Joe. Which puts Fadado in first position. You can see in shot there. You can see Perko behind. We're only very early stages of the race here. Couple of laps in or so. But you can see Perko, you can see Jones. Those guys are both been gifted a couple of positions. Obviously with Antoon and Webley out with some errors at the early stages of the race. And the clear shot of it there actually with Shields, Melling, Moss Actually, Mossy in there behind. Melling actually chasing him down in the KTM. KTM would probably work well here. Not a lot of punch in a straight line, but really good around the twisty stuff. And I think that's starting to show straight away here.
Yeah, it is. Definitely, I think he definitely looks like he's got a little bit of wing off that thing too, because he's not really struggling that much in a straight line at the minute. However, Damien Jones, he's the one I'm watching, and he is making inroads ever so slightly into Lee Perkins. And Perko, on a night that we talked about going to battle with Nev Shields for this top 3 in the championship hunt, is doing a beautiful job. We talked about his qualifying often isn't as good as his race car. Well, he's proving that tonight, obviously by way of also with Webley having an incident, and then Antoon with the drive-through has helped them out. Nonetheless, you've got to be there.
Hey, look, well,
capitalise.
It's a race on the night, like, it's like 40 teams. Some guys turn up for the game, some guys don't. Perko obviously turning up for the game at the moment tonight. Shieldsy will be well aware. These guys will be crunching the numbers in their heads. They know where they need to be.
Yep.
Finishing positions. We've got 2 races tonight, J-Man, with limited tyre sets. So it's still a lot to play out over the next, what have we got? Oh, God, 50-odd minutes of racing, maybe more. So plenty going on. Kenny Simpson on green. Actually, that's Kenny Simpson on green with Rando just tucked in behind there. Is that Simpson pass? Simpson pass.
Yeah,
Green,
pass is a good little battle. And then we've got Rando. That thing is an absolute jet down the straights. And he actually rounds them up on the outside there. That's a brilliant move.
Okay, so
to let it live out there.
Absolutely. And I think Green just looking a little bit out of sorts there, J-Man. Usually, and he's another one that's sort of shone off and on throughout the series. So I just wonder whether he's struggling with setup, is something going on, something's distracting him. Hardware maybe not functioning as well as he'd like, or who knows. Anyway, he has got the likes of Wally Baker sneaking up behind him now. Wally Baker was a little bit of an earlier mistake, but on the recovery and chasing down another McLaren. So
Webley got sight, so a couple of Mustangs going to battle as well. 7th and 8th, Aaron Enright, another guy that's had a particularly good season as well. So he has got Webley hot on his heels, and so this will be interesting.
Webley will come up quick, and he will want to make it pretty short and sweet. Oh, and look
that was close.
That was very close. Enright not sure whether to cover or not, makes the decision to move out of the way, but it was very late. With Webley trying to chase that draft, so quick pass there,
Shields.
a couple of Mustangs,
into the pit.
Nice work. That's Shieldsy into the pit. So there you go. That's interesting. First of the stop.
Yeah, so I'll give you a rundown. I'll keep up to date, viewers and yourself, Navo.
Well?
Yeah, he decided to park it.
Okay.
Bit of red mist and a little bit of disagreement with the stewards going on in the background there, I think.
We get this every now and then. Wally Baker and Green. Baker and Rando out in the grass. That's really bunched that foursome up there.
Yeah,
Kenny
he's looking
Simpson.
for a Tim's main contract tonight as Phil Rando.
Kenny Simpson probably in the best place in that group of cars there, because he's out in front just going, you guys find it out yourself. We're just going to watch them run into this corner here. We might actually go back for a replay. Maybe not, actually, because this looks like it's going to escalate as they go down the bottom of the hill there. Rando passed Wally Baker. It's all going on. When we flicked to this on the cameras, it was Rando off track. Now Rando in front of this group. So interesting change of positions going on there. And that little battle continues on. Actually, the 3 closest cars on track at the moment. We will stick with this for a moment, J-Man.
Yeah, and look, while we're with this, just a couple of scenarios that may or may not play out tonight, because we're always speculating, obviously, from up here, and is that Nev Shields taking that stop around about 10 minutes into this race has probably broken the mold of what we would normally see as far as tyre management strategy. However, he must have thought that he needed to do it, wasn't entirely comfortable. Maybe he made a pressure change on the outgoing set of tyres or something. Based on the temps, because it is 4:15 the hour of 4 at the moment. So maybe he made a slight adjustment there. But one thing to consider, he did do a very, very good stop. 32. He did a 32 stationary, gives him a 1 minute 14 overall. It's a particularly long pit lane here. You're longer transiting the lane than you are actually on the jacks. Now, so just consider that when it comes to Lee Perkins. Lee Perkins has got to do a good job in the pit stops tonight. However, I feel like it's a little bit of robbing Peter to pay Paul, because that may come back to him in race 2 as far as tyre wear. So obviously, optimally, you might see these guys run for a very, very long time on one set of tyres and then just take a little nibble out of tyre set 2. Oh, Rando with another huge... It's not his wheelhouse right there right now. That's exactly where Wally Baker went off earlier. That's a real tricky spot there. Just the car loaded up, going from left to right, and they just misjudged that mid-corner speed, Davo, and just find the kitty litter.
Easily done.
Jordan Moss still there and thereabouts for Steve Mowling. However, watch the last 2 laps. Every time they come out onto the front straight, the Maserati's just got that much more wheels down the straight.
Yep.
And then Moss's car looks really, really good over the chicanes and through the twisty stuff, and he sort of builds it all back again out to 0.9. Expect to see it probably by sector 2 down to about 0.4, 0.5.
And do you think would you expect much tyre wear variation between these 2 cars?
Look, I think the KTM would be a pretty balanced little machine, and maybe a little bit more friendly on its tyres. Especially through the left-right transitions. I think the car's probably got a little bit more balance, and we can see that in the lap times, the sector times as well. So,
sure.
They're still hovering around that 0.9. This is where I thought we might see him sort of crunch the gap up a bit. Does look good down the bottom of the hill. Certainly made some big roads. 0.4 the margin now. So that's where he makes it. Under brakes through the tighter stuff down the bottom of the hill. We'll see him crush the margin a little bit through the chicane again, because I feel like the KTM's a lot nicer over the curbs.
Melling a little bit hungry on the first chicane there, first ripple strip there too, J-Man. Did himself no favours there with a big handful of opposite lock, and the KTM just right under that wing immediately.
So part of that, Davo, will be the KTM and the mirrors, pushing the envelope a little bit, and Steve-O having to just jump outside of us, and Moss pulls in. He's getting out of it, arrest the car down to 50k an hour. Did a beautiful job on the limiter then. So good job. And so proximity wise, he knows when he's made his pit stop. If he does a 32.114, potential for an undercut here. If Stephen does a 33 or 34, that it's very real. And what that might look like for Jordan Moss to try and hold that position against Steve-O is probably pretty good through the majority part of the lap. However, not so good on the front straight. Wally Baker trying to make inroads to Kenny Simpson now, Davo. He's fought back from a little bit of adversity already in this race. That thing's seen a little bit of sand.
Yeah. Well, I don't think Wally's any stranger to a little bit of sand between his toes. He lives down on the Gold Coast.
I was going to say, is that a Gold Coast reference? Or
so I think he's quite comfortable throwing the McLaren out in the sand every now and then. But he has dropped back a couple of positions, I think, from his qualifying, but then regained it. So he's sort of he's fought his way back up through. A couple of people already pitted for their official pit stops. So gifted a couple of positions.
Give you that number on Jordan Moss. 32.114 for Jordan Moss. Very, very good pit stop.
Who's changing positions? Oh, that's Jordan Moss, actually, with a big lose. I think that's one.
So he's absolutely undone all the good work that he did chasing down Melling and then making a fantastic pit stop, because that is going to cost him.
Okay, so just picking it up on the replay there, he's actually come out side by side with it. Looks like it might have been Shield. And Shield just gave him a little bit of a hip and shoulder on the way past there. So we've
got a disqualification come up for Phil Antoon. So it gave us a reference that he was misbehaving on the start, so which is nothing abnormal. I mean, I see him misbehave on the start line every week, and don't often see a penalty. So maybe he hasn't paid the stewards off this week. But anyhow,
look, the direct debit didn't go out, mate.
no,
Come on.
no.
Okay, Webley in the pits, J-Man. We will be very conscious of that time on the jacks for that car. Wally Baker and Simpson going at it now. This has been a to and fro battle between Simpson, Baker and Rando. And you can just see Rando in the background there in the stealth black Maserati GT2 car.
Yeah, now, just want to pay homage to the guy out in front as well, Shane Foddo, out there doing a fantastic job.
Oh, hang on, we could give him some air.
Yeah, and you know, at the start of the broadcast, I said the reason he's there was obviously consistency, but great performances. 13 podiums out of 21 starts. This is much looking like the 14th podium out of 22 starts, and that's how you get it done on a Thursday night for sure. And he's been up against some stiff competition. You know, he's battled with his teammates. I mean, the Giga stable is full of some classy, fast drivers. So
formidable in its own right. But yeah, just the battle between the GT2 cars on some of the circuits that we visited throughout the series so far.
Sorry to interrupt, Davo. Jordan Moss, Brandon Webley, as we speak, and that was by way of a 34-second 117 overall.
It's not over
on the jacks. No, it's not over. Still going on. Good little defense of driving there from Jordan Moss.
So we'll just carry on with this. We'd love to just go back and show you a quick replay, but there it is. Let's sneak back and see if we can just pick this up actually. So we do, this is Geordie running across the start-finish line. As we see Brandon just coming out of the pits, a slow-ish Mustang, sneak on past, does the KTM, Mustang up to speed pretty quickly here, and it is on immediately. And that's what we were just picking up on the back end of before.
The closing
here
speed.
From the helicam. Yeah, and look at Brandon, immediately gets this thing just working on the rubber. So pit stop or not, just comes out hot and really puts pressure on Geordie just straight away.
Damien Jones hasn't given up on Lee Perkins either, Davo. That's sort of 1 second to 1.2, that margin heading towards the quarter of an hour to go mark. So I'd suspect the front drivers are looking to do a long stint on these tyres, and it'll be diminishing for Damien Jones. Obviously, the GT2s don't appreciate the rubber as much as the GT3s, I think. So,
no, definitely.
But he's right there.
Yeah, but Jones has worked hard. Like, what are we in? It's like it just clicked over 16 minutes to go. So Jones
he's on him. He is on him.
Jones has worked the whole race to get here.
Yep.
Because this is the closest we've seen them. So, you know, like, that just shows you the pace of Perkins at the moment in the Looney Tunes. 33 BMW.
141.9 last lap for Perkins, a 141.5 last lap for Jones. So Jones,
so there it is,
has got the bit between the teeth at the moment, trying to work out where and if he can do this.
Yeah, and considering actually that Perkins' fastest lap is quicker than Jones's fastest lap in the race.
Yeah, hey, and importantly too, you know, with Perkins doing 41.9s and Nev Shields currently doing 42.4s, that's favourable for negating the undercut that maybe Nev Shields was looking at on Lee Perkins.
Yep, sure, yep.
John McDonald, what does he come up with? Number 10, sand traps. Maybe.
Sand traps, maybe.
We'll let you know.
I don't know whether we've still got our adjudicator on standby, but look, we are getting down towards the end of this whole giveaway, and we knew that it was we thought it was actually going to come maybe a couple of rounds earlier, where we just sort of start getting this flurry of answers. But here we are. It is round 10, round 9, and there's only one more question to answer for next week. looking over the rear wing of Kenny Simpson, leaves a little bit of space. He actually left space for Baker there, going deep.
Yeah.
Dan is such a gentleman, Kenny. Baker didn't actually take advantage of it. He just got out of it a little bit.
Yeah.
And now is in the clutches of freaking Rando. He is lightning.
In a straight line.
In a straight line in this thing. And look at that. Look at that thing just drive around the outside of Baker. Baker is going to try and squeeze for the inside. Doesn't get it done. Smartly,
nice pass.
Yeah, and smartly pulls back, actually, from Baker. So nice work. But those guys going at it, actually. Those three, and I think it was Greeny that was in amongst this lot before.
Yeah, he was earlier, yep.
Yeah, they were all going at it. So, yeah, good little mid-pack battle. A little bit smaller this week than usual. Couple of drivers not here tonight, but these guys making a hell of a race of it. Nonetheless, J-Man here at Imola, and what a better place to do it. Fantastic track, fast flowy, couple of little technical chicanes just to mix it up. But yeah, very committed track. Love this place. Love driving it. Loves calling it, actually. Who else have we got going on here? Is that and no, that is not him back out on track. Webley in the pits, J-Man.
Webley in the pits, back in there.
So not sure what's going on there, and currently sitting in 8th position. So that is not what we were expecting, I must say.
Is that progression was stalled and saved the rubber for the next one, maybe? Who knows?
You think so?
Don't know. Anything could happen. But Wally Baker, Phil Rando, Kenny Simpson, what a great battle throughout this race. Just over 12 minutes to run left in race one. And fantastic battle. Shane Fodado just in full management mode now. He's got 5.5 seconds over Lee Perkins. 41.3 the last lap. I feel like he's just wound it down a little bit. He's gone precautionary. He's got this thing well and truly.
Shane? Precautionary? What is this you speak of?
Yeah, look, it's just watching the attitude of the car, and it's just like he's just not
this is when,
taking any undue risks.
Hey, mate, you know this is when mistakes happen, eh? As soon as these guys just back off that 1 or 2%, and this is when, you know, we easily see some little mistakes wriggle in. They're used to running at 10/10ths all the time.
You don't see Shane Fodado making too many unforced errors. You might see him a little bit of hip and shoulder with some fellow giggers, but look, I can't remember the last time I saw him do something without
unforced error.
Yeah, without anybody else being involved. So
interesting. There you go.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
hopefully, Shane, that J-Man just didn't put the mocker on you there. But yes, no, true.
He just tuned it up. He ran a 41.0, so he just wound the wick up a little bit there. Yeah, Turco 41.855, Jarks 41.892. So those guys are on level pace, and then 42.5 for Steve Melling. What a great job Steve Melling's done on this one. P4 at the moment.
Yeah, just still working away at it, and you're not wrong, Blue Hawk. We are watching this battle between Simpson, Baker, and Rando. And Rando in just quietly.
Yep. So he needs a good pit stop because he's well in the fight with Baker and Simpson.
And that'll just give these guys a little bit of breathing space, won't it, J-Man? And just let them just sort of calm down a little bit, try and get their rhythm back.
Yeah, fantastic battle. We do love the formula of the GD2s and GD3s going to war. It's a battle of two halves for sure. Rando with so much pace in a straight line. And then, just picking the optimum lines was sort of defending quite well against Wally Baker. Margins just stretched out a little bit again, so we're up to about 6.8 seconds now. Fodado over Perkins, 0.9 of a second for Damien Jones over Lee Perkins for second and third, so that's not done. Nev Shields, so he is around
where's
35.
He landed?
46
he pitted
seconds.
Early. Was he the first pit stopper, wasn't
57, 57.
So I shouldn't disturb J-Man while he's counting.
Sorry. No.
Okay.
So by my calculation, he may be under threat by Steve Melling here for a podium position at the moment.
Jones in too, just quietly, J-Man.
Oh, sorry, not for a podium. For Melling may get him for a top 4 here.
So Jones.
Okay, Damien Jones.
So
yep.
Jones, he ranged right up, and we saw him just tag onto the back of Perkins there for maybe 2 or 3 laps there. We caught up with it, the closest they'd been all race really, and then he's just like, okay, is he going to start holding me up? Maybe. Gets it into the pits and gets it done. Gives himself a bit of clean air. That's Simpson also in the pits, Jamie.
Yeah, Kenny as well. So this will be where Nev Shields look to come past these other drivers here. He won't come past Damien Jones, that's for sure, because Jones is on exit already. Kenny Simpson's still sitting on the jack. So where does this place Damien Jones? Who else is under threat? Mossy had that moment as well, so that's compromised his run at the back end. Did a great job up to that point and a fantastic pit stop, as did Shieldsy. So what does this mean? So Shields goes through on Simpson to P8. With obviously everybody in front of him still to stop. He's likely going to have Darren Green and Wally Baker, and I think Aaron Enright. However, there's a big question mark over whether he's done enough to ski up Steve O'Melling during this phase. I'll crunch some numbers again. 36, 46, 6. Yeah, at this point of time, right as we speak, I think he's got enough for Steve Melling. For what would
Simpson?
be Shields, mate.
Shields.
Yep.
Just like looking over the rear wing of Kenny Simpson's car, that is, I think, Steve Melling behind him. Yes, it is. So is that Melling and then Rando? What is going on there? Is that right?
Well, Rando's made his stop, so Rando's racing out of P11. Steve Melling's racing out of P3.
Okay, so we're just
no blue flags at all required.
I thought Melling had already made his pit stop, so out of position there is Melling, really.
Rando
with these guys in the mid pack, so. Nice work.
He's out there doing his thing. I think he's on a strategy here to run this car really long.
And what better car to chase for Rando, really, than Melling's car at the moment, with Melling running in P3 at the moment and probably a little bit hotter than Rando throughout the race so far. So just a good little carrot for Rando just to...
Jarks' stop was good.
Try and keep up. Jarks', yes.
Yeah, 32.114 and a top speed recorded of 278k an hour. So he's got 10k an hour on the likes of Lee Perkins and Shane Fodderdo down the straight. So that thing is an absolute jet in a straight line. So Jark's doing a good job here. This could end well for Damien if Lee Perkins has the slightest little snag in the pit stops. Jones will be right there. He was about 0.9 of a second when he pulled off to make his pit stop, so just under a second would be the difference, and we can often see 3 or 4 seconds being lost in the pit lane as Lee Perkins has a bit of a sideways moment.
We did actually just pick it up on the cameras there, J-Man, and he's looking a little bit rattled. I just wonder whether he's a bit distracted, just making sure his pit set is organised here. That I would expect that to see that car in at the end of this lap. He definitely looks rattled there, looks distracted. Also, like you said, Melling in, Baker in as well, J-Man.
Yeah, so watch the Nev Shields car, Steve Melling. Steve Melling heading towards 20 seconds. Can he get a 32? Shields is coming down the hill. This may be tighter than what we think. Where is Melling? He's about halfway down through pit lane. He's coming up 31,
He's
32.
Just got off the jacks.
32. 30, he'll go 32.114. This is going to be good. Shields has come out of the final turn. Here he comes. Has Melling done enough? He's still at 50k an hour. I think Shields definitely going to grab him here, but it certainly closed the gap. Melling off the limiter. Here comes Nev Shields.
And
goes through.
Past. Does Shields.
Good job. Good job there for Shieldsy, but an equally good job there for Melling because he's put himself up there.
And Melling straight on it. we're just getting out of the in-car of Melling's Maserati there, gets out of the pit lane, sees Nev blast past there and literally just gets on it.
Good recovery
No
from
mucking
Jordan
around.
Moss as well, Davo. You picked up that he had a moment after his pit stop, and if you're looking back a shot, he's right there. He's still got sights on Steve Melling.
Well, yeah, it was just between him and Shieldsy there. So they just had a little bit of a moment.
Yep.
Good recovery from Mossy. So it's no surprise he's just tucked in behind those two cars there. But always, you know, even with a small gap in the KTM, it's a bit of a chase, isn't it? So staying in touch. Be interesting to see whether Melling can just get back to Shields there and really start forcing the issue. Might slow those two up, and we might see Moss back in that battle as well. Is it going to happen in the next 3 minutes and 15 seconds? Probably not. So
I can tell you what, by my calculations, Damien Jones is exactly 1 second ahead on track.
Where's Perkins? He needs to pit.
Post pit stops on Lee Perkins. If they came out as the timer spoke right now, Damien Jones would have Lee Perkins with effectively a lap to go by 1 second at the control line.
Fodo's got a pit. Fodo in.
Yeah, you'll see Lee Perkins in this lap as well.
Without a doubt, they won't have any time left otherwise. Here we go. So nice entry and good. Just looked pretty conservative actually from Fodo right up to the line, but
he's under no pressure.
There was no pressure. Yeah. Perkins goes.
And Lee Perkins goes through.
Another. Really?
He's got time. He's got time.
Only just.
So
Interesting move by Perkins. Interesting move.
Last lap round was a 41.4 versus Lee Perkins 42.6.
Yeah, Perkins didn't look happy there for a lap or two. Looks a little bit more nailed down in this lap. Focus may be wandering, J-Man, as we get towards the final minute. And what do we got? Minute and 50 seconds of this race. So, Fodo in the pits, Enright in the pits as well. J-Man, Webley still in the pits, and two still in the pits. Oh, no. Okay, Perko, where is he?
Fodo out.
Fodo out. He'll be easily of the field, so no stress there. We're probably more instant where Perko over Sharks is going to come out. Who's that? Who else is in there? Oh, that's Sharks. Okay, some of the boys just picking up Enright's position there now, showing on our Delta. Here we go.
Okay.
He's got a pit. He's got no choice.
It's favouring Perkins now. No, he hasn't.
Oh, no. He's buggered it. Or has he?
Oh, no, he has. Who got a drive-through? That would be Aaron Enright.
So off the pit limit too early.
Lee Perkins, I think he is absolutely cooked this. Nev Shields will be just rubbing his hands together here.
It's a freaking sprint race. CPS. For this one, I don't think it actually cuts it if he runs in. No,
it doesn't. It will come with some sort of big time penalty, I would think.
Yeah, it absolutely will do, J-Man. We see it. We don't see it too often, but we do see it every now and then. So Lee Perkins, oh God, I feel for him. Currently leading, but will cross the line, and will no doubt cop whether he crosses in the pit lane or whether he crosses the line without. Shane Fodo crosses the line and will be in first position. So now it's just sort of all out of whack now because Perko is the one that's leading the race. So Shane Fodo pretty much leading the race with Jones, Shields, Melling, Moss, Enright, Simpson, Rando, Wally Baker and Green rounding out what I think will be the top 10, J-Man, and I think you will agree.
Yeah, he's pulling in. I'm not sure. Aaron Enright has to pull in to do a
Aaron's
drive-through.
coming back in as well, obviously, for the
drive-through penalty.
Yeah. So, I don't think this works. I think we've seen this before.
Yep.
It doesn't cut it.
So where is Shane Fodderday?
Thanks for the update there, Stewie. Just on the points there, 27 points between. I think you were talking about Perko.
Does he get away with this because his car's stopped before the line? Sorry, David, to interrupt.
Well, it's one of the tracks that does because the bloody line is so far down.
Is this a calculation? Is this a good calculation that he doesn't chew anything out of the second set of tyres?
And look. And so Jacques is only just coming down off the top of the hill here towards the final complex. Does Perko roll out of this?
He's 34 seconds on the jacks, 35.
Man, seriously.
35.
Does this even work?
He has won the race. He has won the race.
Are you
What an absolute masterclass. Who would have saw it coming? That is a phenomenal performance. Whether you like it or you question it, it has been done. He has won the race from that position.
The blown mind emoji? That's just me at the moment. Just go far out. That is
we don't. At the end of the day, it is what it is. We will actually do some driver podiums tonight because I've got questions. So first and foremost, we will get down Damien Jones.
The freaking admin's gonna.
We'll get Damien Jones down for a chat.
What now? Are we doing this now? Okay.
Yeah, we're doing this right now. Damien Jones, you got us on comms.
Hey guys, how you going?
Hey,
mate,
grace, brother.
We're awesome just here. We're looking for the confused emoji because we have just seen a massive upset. But by way of what we see provisionally, you have got a podium third. Fantastic race, mate. Chasing down Lee Perkins. I'm sure you're like us thinking that you're going to get him at the back end because he left it too late.
Yeah, I did. I didn't know what was going on. It was like 2 minutes to go, 1 minute to go, and all of a sudden he's in pits and now he's in first. What's going on?
Look, he might have duped the whole field on that strategy, mate.
Pretty good.
and you can do nothing but be in awe of something like that. But however, great performance, great start of the race. You got boxed in off the start, Damien, and then you went to work. Over the first 3 laps, mate. What a fantastic performance to see another podium.
I was trying to catch Perko there. Bit of a seesaw effect there for a little bit, and then I didn't want to get too close behind him, so I sort of just sat back a bit and see what he was doing at the pits. But obviously, we know that now, what he's going to do.
Yeah.
So
car looks good, looks favourable across the curbs. Jarks, is that probably representation of what it is? It does look really, really good at the top of the hill.
Yeah, it felt pretty good, except for maybe the chicane was a bit iffy sometimes. End up getting a few cuts pretty early. So I sort of had to back off a fair bit. So
Okay. Another strong performance, mate, representing for the GD2s.
Nice work,
fantastic. Jarks, well done.
Yeah, cheers, guys.
Awesome, mate.
Damien Jones, everyone. Awesome stuff.
We'll grab Shane Fodderday, who I'm sure, like us, was thinking he was assured of a race victory. Shane, fantastic race, mate. Absolute dominant performance. But what do you got to say about the way that one ended, mate? Mixed emotions?
Yeah, we're just talking about that now. Yeah, I don't know if that's legit.
Hey, look, I can't see any penalties on my screen, mate, so we're going to run with it. And but maybe Perko's just given us all a bit of a lesson about Imola and your pit box, but it'll be relative to where your pit box is, I'm sure.
Yeah, like if it was before the line, I guess.
Nonetheless, mate, look, I've pumped you up a little bit tonight. That is the 22nd race this season, and that is the 14th podium that you have made during the season. That is why you're on top in the championship. Kind of got one hand on it at the moment, Shana. How are you feeling?
Yeah, no, it's been going all right. Unlucky with my teammates, the a drive through and a spin. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's been going all right. Yeah, it's a shame though we didn't have everyone there every round because that's pretty much why I'm at the top, I think.
Yeah, hey, look, mate, you got to take it when it's there, and to construct the season, you've got to be there. So, look, I'm, like I know what you're saying, but mate, I feel like you've earned this one this season against a pretty stiff competition, and you think about all those weeks of frustration stuck behind a Sean Brimblecombe or a Damien Jones, mate, and it all comes to fruition in moments like this.
Yep.
What's coming, tonight and next week.
Definitely. Well done, Shane.
Well done,
Cheers,
Shane.
guys.
All right,
Cheers,
bud,
mate.
go well on the next one. All right, we will grab this guy here who is, I'm sure, absolutely. Let's see, is he stunned or is he just got a smirk and he was like, no, it was calculated? Lee Perkins, was that an absolute masterclass moment?
Yeah, it was a bit cheeky, but it worked.
Well, mate, you obviously calculated it was on offer. So well done. Fair play to you, my friend. What a fantastic race. Great car pace. Talking about you at the start of the night, we said often the qualifying pace isn't as good as the race pace. You show that week in, week out, but what a fantastic race, mate. Yeah, Damien Jones sweating on you for a fair portion, and then to still hold your nerve right to the end and play that move, mate, we applaud you.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Appreciate it. I was sort of thinking about it leading up to it, thinking, would it work? Is there a pit window? Where do I have to be to make sure I'm behind the leader? And I thought, fuck, if I'm the leader, I'll be all right. But if I'm just behind him, I'll have to calculate it because I could get it wrong. So it was sort of lucky. I got the pit stop wrong, and it took like 3 seconds for them to move the car, and I thought I've messed it up. And then just as they released me, I just spun the tyres up and went for it. And I saw him coming through, and I thought, he's got it. And then old mate said I'd won the race, and I was wrapped. Yeah, surprised. Awesome.
Yeah, hey, and the implications, what that does, 27-point margin between yourself and Nev Shields for what will be potentially a podium in the Drivers' Championship at the back end of this when we sign this off next week, mate. That could be a big moment.
Yeah, well, thanks, mate. I was thinking about it. Just want to have a clean race and keep it tidy and get everything sorted. Jonesy was coming up with me. Yeah, I was surprised by his pace, actually, especially, and obviously the GT too. It's pretty impressive. So I sort of had to push and concentrate a little bit, but yeah, thankfully it just worked out.
Yeah, nice stuff, mate. I got a smile on my dial because I just feel like that's just, you played a good card there, mate. And like whether guys like it or they don't, it was a fantastic spectacle at the end, and it had us just in a what the hell moment. So we'll see who's awake to that and who potentially, due to pick boxes, has the opportunity. We better let you go. You have got a qualifying session underway, mate. So go well, Perko.
Cheers, guys. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Sorry, Dave, I soaked up all your time in the break, mate. Didn't really let you have a break, or maybe you did, I'm not sure. But however, like I said, what a really fascinating end to race one here tonight. And it'll be interesting to see if drivers work out whether they can or can't do that in race two. I don't even think Davo's here. I think he's gone for a beer. So, anywho, where is he looking? He's looking at the calendar. There's not much to look on there. Only got one round left to go, viewers. We have got an endurance round left at Silverstone next week. That'll be a fantastic finale for Asrnz's GT series. A very balanced racetrack, one that I'm sure every driver in the field's been to multiple times over their sim racing careers, and probably a relatively fair playing field. Should bode well for the GT2s. Quite a fast flowing circuit. Qualifying 2. What we do we know about qualifying 2? We know that Lee Perkins has probably effectively got a set of tyres better off than everybody else right now. By way of that fantastic strategy for race one.
I suppose depends
Dave,
how much you go.
I'm a little torn because, as much as we're Lee Perkins fanboys, we have been on the Shields bandwagon all season long. Such great performances. And I feel like, the margin just got crushed there for that potential Drivers' Championship or podium position. However, Fieldsy will not go down without a fight, and that would have just crushed the margin a bit. I'm sure Stu Aerosmith's probably crunching the numbers based on those points and position finishes as we speak, and he may be able to give it us an update to what that looks like heading into race 2. Come on, Stewie. So, still in the pits is Simpson, Green, Jones, Perkins, Baker, Malling, Grimmer. Obviously qualifying, still got 7.5 minutes of the 10 available left. Open qualifying here for Q2. Dipping in to effectively the next set of tyres. Quite likely be for some drivers the final set. Take a nibble out of them in qualifying, Davo, and then maybe run very, very long on a set with maybe 1 or 2 laps at the end. Or if your pit box is before the start-finish line, maybe just 1 set.
Yeah, you only need 1 set. Yeah, no, Perko. Do we know whether he read that much into it or not? Or whether he's just jagging it?
No, absolutely. Forecast, he worked it out that he could do it. So.
Oh, okay, so he didn't even change the tyre.
No, I know he did change the tyre. It's mandatory to change the tyre. However, all he did was a little burnout leaving the pit box, and that's it. So he just scrubbed them up with Q2.
There you go. Awesome. So, yes, it's going to be interesting. Race 2, Perko. Well, at least with a fresh set of tyres up his sleeve. Against everybody else, so nice power play, not only at the end of race 1 but going into race 2.
Oh, the dynamics, Davo, it is certainly it never ceases to amaze. We do this a lot, this calling these races things, and we see so many different scenarios play out week to week, but that's one that I would have never ever picked. We for all money thought he was going to cop a penalty. However, it played favourably for him. So, Antoon to the top on a 41.18, sorry. Rando's already banked a 42.9, 43.1 as a banker for Enright. So the time's firing in now. Only a few cars left in their pit boxes. Shane Fonato eclipses Antoon with a 41.0 now. What can Jordan Moss deliver? Is he coming across for an open lap? I think he is. Yep. Oh, Davo, are you in a position to give us an update on that final word? Did you actually see what it was?
Yeah, no. We're going to leave it till next week. It's okay. It's already been called by Nick. He just shut it down, and our adjudicator said no. Number 10.
No, for what? No, John McDonald gave a second answer.
Oh, did he? Really?
Yeah,
oh, okay.
stand traps, yeah. So,
let me just
mate, there's Dave O'Dollars on the line. These boys are going to go for it.
Okay, sorry. I've been snoozing back here.
Mm-hmm.
While J-Man, fresh back from, a holiday in the Bahamas, is giving me grief about not keeping up. Hang on, let me have a look.
Come on, Davo. Actually, you got to hold the fort for a second, mate. I've got to go
again. I mean, seriously.
It's
been fucking weeks, bro. Okay. Yes. Let's check. Let's just check. I need to go through my papers. Hang on, I'll shuffle papers. Do a shuffle paper effect. Let's just have a quick look, ladies and gentlemen. We love this. We actually thought we were going to start to get some stuff in at about round 7, I think it was. We sort of we predicted, but it's taken a little bit longer than that. But we were definitely prepared for something like this. I wasn't, but the adjudicators were. Hang on, let's. This is, if this comes up on the freaking screen, I will be so annoyed. Okay, so what are we looking for? Number 10. Ah, okay, number 10. No one's going to get this one. Okay, so what do we come up with? Who was it? No. Number 10. No. Sorry. John McDonald.
So what's not sand traps either?
No.
Hey.
No. And I just looked at it and I had a bit of a giggle because it is funny, and no one's going to get it until next week. I can guarantee you no one is going to get it until next week. So very funny. Thank you, John, and thank you. Is it Levi?
Levi, John's young fella.
Yeah. So he just recently had a birthday too. Actually,
giving it a red hot crack.
Yeah, happy birthday, Levi. But yeah, good work, guys. But you guys are going to have to tune in next week, okay? And then you can get the cryptic clue. And even then, I think a few guys might struggle with it. Maybe not Stu Arrowsmith. He's got the whole AI thing working for him. So, but anyway, here we are, J-Man. We are winding down.
Yeah.
Here on round 9.
Wibbly up on the top. However,
Yes.
we have got Antoon a 10th up. If I don't
And
know, a quarter of a 10th up, it won't be enough. Just a quick catch up to on the chat, Steve Wilton. Checking the sportsmanship section 4.2/subsection 3 of the ASO Code of Compliance. Driver must not pit on last lap. Okay. And then Stu Arrowsmith just informing us, man, we so appreciate you, Stu. You're a legend. There are 7 points now, the difference between Perkins and Nev.
Yeah.
If that wins classified, I'm sure it'll be classified, Stewie. As much as it's a big shock to us. Look, I'm not sure. Look, that's not my job. So at this point, I'm calling it a win because we'll just call it as we see it. However, we will watch the threads. Blow up deluxe on
totally.
on Kit Sportsmanship section 4.2 subsection 3.
You know it, and look, not all of us, especially us in the comms box, are over the phone book size rule book that does come from Asrnz.
No.
So, we'll let those boys work that out.
40.4, Phil Antoon came perilously close to snagging the other side of the grid on the front row.
Very close, yeah, very close. Fotodo in third provisionally, obviously Sharks. Perkins still out on track.
Yeah,
J-Man.
on a red lap.
Shieldsy as well. So, actually, they're the only 2 cars on track. Shields and these 2 guys going at it in the championship.
Shieldsy needs a big number.
Very fitting, actually, ladies and gentlemen, that these 2 guys are the 2 guys on track at the moment.
Yeah, they know what's at stake. There's plenty to play for. You could hear in Perkins' interview that he's acutely aware of where Stewie was and what the numbers look like. So Perkins, yeah, like I said, he actually once again just got across the line to go and have another crack. Shieldsy's a 10th up, and he is coming down the hill.
You can hear the front splitters scraping as they dip into that first of the left-hand apexes there. Very tricky corner there. Very easily done to get it unstuck there. All these chicanes, pretty much you can get any of them wrong. Particularly that one that Shields' just run through there. Car looks solid. Actually, Shields' driving has looked so solid.
Yeah, he does look good.
Throughout the whole season, and he's just got better and better as the rounds tick over here. Looking solid. Then the Nelson Marine car. The Aston Martin winding it up.
Grabs another spot, pips Steve Melling into P7.
He'll be happy with
that. Lee Perkins pulls out of that lap. He's done enough.
He's done enough with the 6th position, J-Man. So
5th position for Perko, 6th position for Mossy. So that's Webley from the top over Antoon, Fotodo. So the usual suspects making the front row. Damien Jones with another good qualifying P4. Lee Perkins puts that car into P5. Jordan Moss P6. Nev Shields into 7th. Steve Melling into 8th. Another solid performance for Melling. Rando, so equal equipment there for Melling and Rando. That'll be an interesting fight in 8th and 9th, and then Aaron Enright into P10, and then we see Simpson, Grimmer, Baker, Green. So Baker a little bit down on that quali, but we know he'll race well. So looking forward to the second and final race of the night here at Imola, Asrnz GT2s. GT, sorry. I was just looking at a GD2 on my screen. So no discredit to the GD3s.
J-Man's just getting back in the seat, ladies and gentlemen.
Looking
We can cut him some slack, you know.
Don't cut me in a slack. I've had like 17 days off.
He's been away for more than half the season, nearly. But here we are, round 9, ladies and gentlemen. The Asrnz 2025 GT Series. We are at Imola. We are gonna give ourselves a pat on the back, MATCHFIT Entertainment, for bringing it to you live with what I must say is a very solid connection tonight. Stay that way. Fingers crossed to the internet gods, and obviously Race Command for bringing us the silky smooth servers that ASR is known for. So awesome stuff. Good clean racing here always. And tonight has been nothing but awesome stuff. Imola, round 9, one more round next week, J-Man, and it will be an enduro. So are we looking double points? Is the shake-up going to happen next week?
Yeah, I hope so.
Because there's some close positions there, isn't there, in the points?
Oh, no, there is. There definitely is, up and down the field. I think the only one with a little bit of grace is Shane Faraday. But this battle, certainly Nev Shields and Lee Perkins is a ripper.
That is the standout at the moment, isn't it?
So the likelihood that those two leapfrog Sean Brimblecombe with his absence is looking highly. So.
Oh, okay, really? Especially with the enduro.
11:37 plays 13:05 for Shields over Brimblecombe. So, Stewie, our mathematician in the background, what does that look like? Is Shields kind of guaranteed a podium potentially here? Damien Jones, 1,074 back from Lee Perkins is 11:20. So that's not done either. Jones is still in the hunt. And look at Antoon, 1,061. So he's not going away anytime soon. However, with the DNF in race 1, that won't help his cause. Enright, 1,057. I would say he just overlapped Phil Antoon in the points after race 1 to 6th position. And then Steve Melling had a fantastic performance. He likely maybe overlapped Aaron Enright or got close to it, in race 1 there also. So plenty of maths for Johnny Carter to work out during the week, and with still one more race to run. Also, Darren Green, Kenny Simpson, 8:58 plays 8:41. Phil Turner, 7:99. Phil not out there tonight. Rando 7:71. Uncle Joe 7:38. So there is, you are correct, Davo, there is a lot of battles going on.
Yep.
Perkins, Nev, and Damien Jones could all snag a P3. Yeah, 100%. You're right there, Stu.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, no, it's definitely tightened this thing up. Running into and next week being an enduro round. There's so much at stake. Double points. It's really gonna. Oh God, these guys are going to have the calculators out. We are going to have the MATCHFIT abacus clicking the beads throughout the race next week. We already do have. We've got our human abacus over here, Stu Harris, in the chat box, smashing it out for us. But yeah, look, plenty going on, and some number crunching going on. And well, look, clearly who's doing number crunching at the moment, or just prior to the last race, was Lee Perkins, because he really did nail that win with a bit of a masterclass stroke, didn't he? J-Man pitting on the last lap and sneaking into the pit lane. He will have what we're suspecting is pretty much a fresh set of tyres up his sleeve.
Yeah.
So Definitely one to watch. And where is he sitting, J-Man? In 5th position. He's just got to keep a cool head, not get tangled up. We've got the usual suspects up the top, the Webleys, the Antunes, the Fodados, Jones at the moment too, one of those usual suspects. Actually, Perko is one of those. We've got Shieldsy in there, Mossy back for this round as well, which is awesome. And the likes of Steve Melling, Rando, Enright, Kenny Simpson, Wally Bake, making up that always hectic mid-pack. Joe Grimmer and Greeny out the back, holding down the fort as we see this relatively short field actually for Asrnz. In round 9 here, race 2, round 9, Imola 2025 GT Series, J-Man, 35 minutes, compulsory pit stop. Watch these two boys go to battle into one, Webley and two. We have called these guys at the front of these grids a lot over the last couple of years, haven't we? Well, all three of these guys actually. And now we're seeing the likes of Perkins and Jarks sneaking into that alien group. But, oh, this is going to be close. I would be suspecting, watch, Jones, Perkins, Moss, Shields. Who's behind Shields? Melling. Melling. So watch that lot. Yeah. Watch that lot. Oh, look at Jones. Look at the run as we're going to get a green light on this race too. Jones right up on the outside of Fodaday.
Webley, carbon copy of race 1.
Frick, it's Groundhog Day. Like, seriously.
Oh, look at Jones and Perko, and look at the start that Antoon got. No drive-through to be spoke of this time. He is off.
Wow. That is just next level.
A little bit of hip and shoulder with Jordan Moss and Nev Shields there.
Yep. That's allowed Baker to get in there, and Enright and Rando, and Baker's turned himself, tagging the side of Rando.
Melling in the fence.
Oh, Melling went in as well.
Yeah, Melling copped the fence there pretty hard.
Get a replay on this. So, it was actually Melling. Oh, sorry, I thought it was Wally Baker. Yeah, he actually sort of got up and tagged the side of Rando, turned the inside car, as we see quite a lot in ACC. But there you go. It is all on J-Man. Antoon, Fodaday, Perkins. Through the chicane. Jones, Moss, Rando, Shields, Enright, Green, Simpson, Grimmer, Melling. Woo!
Work to do. Plenty of work to do for Nev Shields in this one. He's going to earn his keep here in race 2 with Lee Perkins currently sitting in P3. Worked out how to defend against Damien Jones late in race 1, and he's got him in the mirror again for race 2. What can Damien Jones do early? He's there a lot earlier this time.
That's right.
You remember race 1, he had to work for it. He's already there. He's looking for the pass.
And you talk about what Perkins took out of race 1, but you've got to think about what Jones took out of race 1 as well, about on the attack mode. And look at that, gets it done on the outside in the GT2 car, mind you, J-Man.
Yeah, fantastic
bloody
pass.
Good effort. The GT2 cars, I reckon, are they're better on the outside line.
Yeah, they are. They get the drive down.
Yeah, if they get the squeeze on the inside, really hard to get the power down on them. So, nice work from Jones. And you see him not even trying to cover the inside, keeping that car wide as he defends Perkins, not even trying to cover.
Good
just
start
uses
from
the
Moss
punch.
too,
Yeah,
Davo.
nice work. Moss definitely in touch.
So, Stephen Melling on the way back just managed to round up Baker and Simpson, so he's back to P10. And a couple of seconds, or second and a half up the road is Darren Green, Aaron Enright, Nev Shields, and Phil Rando engaged in a good battle. That is for 6th, 7th, and 8th as we speak. And then Lee Perkins, Damien Jones, Jordan Moss. What a fantastic start to the race these three are having.
Oh, mate, these guys have just lit the wick and they're running. It's on. So, what a great show immediately. It's so on point too, so aggressive, super fast, super close. Lap 2.
Yeah,
Lap 2.
Look,
I mean, seriously. Just
the
let's get into
catalyst. Yeah, the catalyst on lap 1 was once again Webley going around
turning
And then-
himself again
and
on the
then-
bounce.
And Damien Jones living on the outside, as you mentioned, the GT2's working so well on the high line and holding his nerve there through all of that and coming out in a solid third position. However, Antoon and Fodado literally just checking
Driving
out.
away.
Right now, yeah, beautiful drive from the start of this one. These two will go at it. And Shields now 0.1 on Rando. He's putting the heat on the Maserati as Nev Shields. He needs this. He needs to close the margin down.
He does.
He needs to scalp a couple of GT2 cars. He needs Rando and he needs Moss. I believe he's got it in him. He's got the car. He's got the capability.
Yeah, I think he has too as well. But look, he's got to do it early here. And look at this. Even though he gets that run, that inside run on the GT2 car, it's so hard to pass. So he will struggle with Rando. Rando, quite possibly, and I'm not, no disrespect to Rando, but we have seen that black Maserati in the sand a little bit over the night. So I'm sure Shields is just sort of hoping for that little bit of a mistake from Rando.
All he can do right now is just keep the pressure on him. And there you go.
There's the mistake. Yep.
So there's the first track cut. So you keep pressuring him. He's only got 4 of those, and then she's a trip down through memory lane. Perkins now, he's still staying in touch with Jones. Moss, 1.1 off the back of that. So if Mossy falls away off the back of Perkins and Jones and ends up in the clutches of Rando, that'll be good news for Nev Shields. Also, Steve Melling made the pass just recently on Darren Green, so he's up to P9, so he's in full recovery mode and probably starting to lower the heart rate after that big moment in lap 1.
So Green, a little bit of off-track excursion there between those last couple of corners there, allowing Melling past in the Maserati. Wally Baker lining up to be the next car past as these guys get a little bit closer together. Shields on Rando again, J-Man.
He took the line away, he took the left hand.
Here we go, watch this again.
Down.
Oh, so easily done to get a little tag between the two cars there with very differing corner speeds in these cars and then straight line speeds. It really has.
That's another cut for Rando.
It has challenged these drivers, J-Man, to get this balance between the GT2s racing together. It's been awesome to watch. It really has been a standout, I think, to spec personally. Baker back to 13th, so he's gone way back. I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, he's a long way down. He's 1.8 off Uncle Joe, so he's lost a couple of positions in the last lap. Nev Shields, this is definitely the battle. Antoon Fodado holding a 1.2 second margin, so those guys are just out there banking 140.8, 140.7. Shane Fodado. And here goes Nev Shields down the inside.
Oh, it's not going to last for long, J-Man. Even with Rando's back wheels out in the sand there. Watch the pace of this Maserati here. Down the Shields, he gives him plenty of room. Says it's all yours, mate. So nice work.
Watch Shieldsy under brakes here, mate. He'll go big this lap.
It's not over yet.
He does go big. Can he pull it up? He does.
And Rando knows it. He reads it. Enright. In behind that. We'll get out of Enright's car here and actually just watch this going on in front of him here. Good tidy stuff from these boys.
John Carter, couldn't agree more. Brimblecombe, you have been super exciting to watch, mate. Can't wait to see you back on track next week. But yeah, look at Enright. It doesn't get any easier for Phil Rando, does it, Davo? He has got a pretty whipped up Mustang behind him now. And then Steve Melling, look at the recovery from Steve Melling. He was in the fence at that position on lap 1, and he's already back with these boys.
He's tagged onto the back of this group here.
Yeah.
So clearly showing some pace tonight, just getting tangled up a little bit of misfortune rather than misjudgment. So nice work from Melling as he keeps chipping away. Baker now recovering, already passed. I wonder who he come together with. Maybe Simpson. Simpson's back as well. He's getting up in behind Grimmer now. He'll make short work of Grimmer, and then will be at Green, and then there will be a fairly hefty gap between Green and Melling. So he has got his work cut out for it. Enright, however, Enright has dropped the focus from Rando. And I tell you,
Jordan Moss to the pits early, Davo, sorry.
And Enright now focusing, I would say, on the Maserati of Steve Melling. And here comes Steve Melling. Bam, there you go. There goes Steve Melling. Can he stop that bloody Mazda down the inside here into turn 1 at Imola? Oh, it takes the line away from Enright too, so it doesn't actually give him any choice.
Yep.
So nice cover move there from Melling. We haven't seen that a lot with the GT2 cars, but it is that outside line that they do prefer, so no surprise.
I think it's more when they're making the pass, they live on the outside, but if they're going to defend, they can still put them on the inside line, and it's still a lot harder for the GT3 to drive around the outside, because that GT3 likes that traditional, inside apex, open the steering up and drive out, use all that rolling momentum. But if you park a GT2 car in front of them, it takes that all away. So it's something that we've seen these drivers, both the GT3 drivers and the GT2 drivers, come to adapt throughout the season. I think it's been a great learning curve for all these drivers. Now, Mossy does a beautiful 32-second stop. So that's the first part of the puzzle unlocked for Jordan Moss in race 2. And it was a fair old margin for Shieldsy to try and make that back. It was around 6 seconds was the margin post or pre-pit stop for Shieldsy to gain that back on Jordan Moss, and that's a critical pass to put him effectively on track 1 position behind Lee Perkins. And we're going to talk about that battle a little bit by way of the fact that those guys are in a very, very spirited battle. 7 points the difference, as John Carter mentioned during the break. So also Damien Jones still not out of it. You saw it in the chat, if you can read it, that Damien Jones is in the hunt for a podium as well. So, and look at his position, P3, holding off Lee Perkins. Was the reverse role of this in race 1. Lee Perkins did a beautiful job holding off Jones, and then did that very, very ambitious pit stop at the end, and got the gold wear. So
yeah, awesome
be
stuff.
interesting to see how that plays out. Have the drivers talked about that pre-race? Are there a number of drivers that are going to look at doing that, or have they had a bit of a quick discussion and said, look, it's not fair for half of us, let's not do it? Who knows?
Yeah, well, for us to sit back here and decide, we just do not know. So yeah, look, we'll let the boys that really matter sort it out. But yeah, look, who knows? Masterclass either way by Lee Perkins. So
42.
Nice work.
1.
As we get out of the front of Steve Melling's car, really putting pressure on the back of Rando at the moment, and Rando really dealing with the pressure at the moment as well, because it is hot. Melling, both same market car here in the Maseratis. He does have Enright behind him, keeping him honest.
He does. So, same equipment, Steve Melling, Phil Rando. It's going to be a great battle, Davo.
Melling, way too deep. Really struggled to pull that car up again. You can see it there again into the final corner there. Really
split it in there.
Oh, really unsettled by the whole situation. He nearly drilled the back of Rando there into the second to last corner. Pulled the car up. It was moving around.
What's their top speeds? Is there a difference between these two? So Steve Melling clocked over 274, Rando 273. That might be the way of a little bit of aero drag there for Rando and a little bit of draft for Steve-O.
Oh, no doubt. Enright just hanging in there, chasing those Maserati. Enright doing it. Look, I think Enright in the past, we've always seen him just run a really solid effort at Imola.
Rando with that awkward bounce.
But where does Melling go? He can chase up underneath the wing of Rando, but they get to the top of the hill, and then they got that.
Yeah, well, I think it's at the top of the next hill when they get to the chicane. Keep the pressure on him, hope that Rando gets an awkward bounce, and then you can drive away. Because we've already seen him grab a couple of cut laps. Also, I did pick up as well that Perkins has had a couple of cut laps, and he's on another one as we speak. So he's using up the stocks on track limits is Lee Perkins.
Ah, okay.
And that might be music to Nev Shields' ears, because now
He'll
with
back
the
off.
absence of, well, he won't back off because he's still got Jordan Moss to think about. Mossy's just pulled himself out of the party by way of a pit stop, but he will come back and feature late in the race, you bet. Point 3 now, Melling. We saw him up under the wing, last one.
Who had
He's
the top
probably
speed?
a little bit
Who had the
closer.
top
Steve
speed?
Melling had the top speed, yeah, by 1k an hour,
But
so it
you
won't
like
be
you're
enough to
saying-
pass, but he's a lot closer this time.
But like you're saying, it could have been just because he's up underneath the back end of Rando's car. He's not going to stop that. He's going to pull back smartly. Oh, Rando runs
Rando's
deep.
run deep.
Opens the door for Melling. And look at Enright coming in hot.
Yep.
And then Espresso Mustang can. Enright, it just doesn't have the punch down the corner here. He's got Rando offline though here.
Yeah,
Just watch
Rando's
this.
gonna-
Hope Rando deals with that bounce off the ripples to be done.
I did. Beautiful.
So nice work. That could have gone a little bit awry. Actually looks like bloody Enright has his foot on the brake, because I don't think his headlights are on. Oh, maybe they are on. Okay, there you go.
No, they are. They are. Jordan Moss just banked a 41.8 versus the guys he's playing with, which is the like of Nev Shields, Lee Perkins, who are in the 42s. So he just made around 0.3 of a second on them that lap around. So Mossy and fresh air looks good.
Jordan Moss, one of the pit stopped cars already tonight. 20 minutes to go, ladies and gentlemen, in this 35-minute race. Not even halfway yet. Still
How's the performance,
plenty of pit stops.
Davo, from Steve Melling? Incredible.
Yeah, he's been doing okay. Yeah. Yeah, good solid effort as, that's Melling, just gets it sorted out. I think he's got a pretty speedy car at the moment. I think Melling actually gels with the Maserati, to be honest. I think he's got this, so.
Sorry, I'm just laughing at the chat again. This John McDonald, I tell you what.
Go, John.
He's not giving up. He's not giving up on this.
Look, I'll tell you what. It's not John. That's Levi. If he's still out of bed. No, it's probably not. It is John now. John.
Rando Enright changing positions as we speak. Side by side. Oh, how did they not make contact through the middle of the chicane?
Oh, well, I'll tell you what.
As you like.
It is skill, J-Man. It is 100% skill here between the two drivers, ASR and Z. Tidy stuff, as usual. Look at that, Rando. Just wrestling that Maserati back down to speed as we see Enright go around the outside. Oh God, Stu. You are so right. You are so right. Awesome stuff. Look, we love the interaction, guys. Keep it up. Keep them coming. Hit the thumbs up. Hit the likes button. Just hit all the buttons. Subscribe. Tell your mum. Tell your uncle. Tell your bad uncle. And tell your auntie. Tune in.
3.5 seconds now, the margin for Antoon over Shane Fodderdo. Last that round for Antoon, 41.1. Plays a 41.3 for Shane Fodderdo. So those boys out there. And
Nice
Antoon
work.
actually in the lane and arrest the car down to the 50k an hour just before the line. Did a nice job of that too.
As is Baker, J-Man.
Really accurate.
So, nice work. Put Shane Fodderdo in the lead. Jones coming across the line now. He will take that position and just pop up in the second position, as does Perkins into third, respectively. So, it's all going to start to shake out now. Who is that off track there? Actually, is that Steve Melling? No, it is not. Who was that? Someone out of position, I suspect.
Yeah, was that
Who was
Kenny
No,
Simpson side by side Uncle Joe?
wasn't Simpson. It was It was Green.
Okay.
Okay, so that was Greeny off in 1, 2, 3 there. I think as the leaders, so it was Damien Jones actually just sneaking past him there, just trying to make a little bit more room than Jones probably needed. Nice work, thank you, Greeny. Awesome stuff.
Okay, Antoon with a 35-second stationary. So come on, Shona, if there's any time in the season to pull out a 31-second stop, it's now. It's right now. So obviously those boys stopping.
Are you guys listening? J-Man's talking to you guys.
Phil probably is.
Yeah, we need, you guys need this stop now. Who's in?
Aaron
Enright's in.
Enright on the jacks,
Yep.
and he does a 32.
So nice work. Now, he was tucked in behind Rando and Melling, right?
Yep.
So just hang on. I've got a piece of paper. I'll write that down. Kenny Simpson tucked up.
I don't know in the lane. He is
behind.
covering off the pit
He
stop
is
of
too. He is too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, he's got some ping issues too, by the look of it.
Yeah, a little bit jaggy there, just a little bit on my screen. Maybe not as much as yours, J-Man. So Shane Fronado sneaking into the pit lane now. Keep an eye on that time, my friend.
Yeah, well, his competitor, so Antoon was a 35, 1 minute 17 total. So Shane will be looking for, mate, I mean, we have seen a 31 before. We don't see them often.
We have.
Damien Jones with the top speed out there tonight. Again, 276 kilometres an hour.
It's that freaking Audi, I tell ya.
It is a rocket.
Warp speed from the Audi,
so
as usual.
I don't know, 32. So already 3 seconds
nice.
quicker on the jacks than Antoon. Antoon had about a 3.5 second margin. Here he comes. Shane's still on the limiter. Fronado, here he comes. Fronado, he's out. He's on the gas. It's definitely a net gain to Shane, but Antoon sweeps across the nose and says, mate, nice try.
Man, that was so deep into one from Antoon there. Let's just have a look at this. He rounds his teammate here, but he's just a little bit inside and has to push the car out wide. And look at it just wriggle there a little bit. I thought, oh God, is he going to go deep here? So nice work.